I want to go to any other place but Chester County. You know, I grew up here. It's so much history. It's, you know, great people. So, you know, I've traveled around. I love to travel. Spent a little time in St. Louis, but, you know, Chester County is really the place for me. So, Bruce, everybody, thank you for being here tonight. It's very nice. And I'd like also to thank Patrick for hosting. I've been writing basically my whole professional life. I was actually first paid when I was 17 years old for the old Coatesville Record to cover a basketball team from Coatesville High School, I think. Ross was a coach here. But that's actually a true story. Sometimes people ask me how I really got started in all this, and I really know when I was about 12 or 13, my grandmother gave me some newspaper clippings from the Civil War, and they were written by my great-great-great-grandfather. That concluded that that Boston Massacre was really a public relations nightmare for both sides. So you get both sides of the account in the paper. The Boston Tea Party, of course, is talked about. And, you know, as a kid, that's always the one that I kind of remember. And there's TV shows about them sneaking on board the ships and throwing the tea in the harbor. And, you know, that was a very focal point. People didn't really rally because of the Boston Tea Party. They rallied because of the acts that were so onerous to us, and, you know, the taxation without representation. So the books actually, you know, kind of puts in context a lot of it. If you're doing history books, and also just reporter, when you go through, what you really want are source documents. You want that original paper, report, letter that somebody involved actually has written to verify what you read in history books, or if you read things about the First Continental Congress, they didn't take any notes and records. And just about everything that we know from what happened there came from newspaper reports. That those participants wrote letters that were later reproduced, or they gave interviews or something else. So newspapers, even though not a source document, can really have keys to what's going on.
I met Bruce a few months ago at a book signing in Westchester for the Gettysburg.
And what did you think of his lecture tonight?
I think it was fantastic. He's always very entertaining, and I learn something every time I see him talk.
Have you visited before on these lectures?
Oh yes, I love it.
That's great. Thank you. And what's your name?
Carol.
Carol. What did you think of the lecture?
I thought it was perfect. Great for what I wanted to see.
And did you learn anything new that you didn't know?
The most interesting thing I learned was the process associated with looking at newspapers and drilling down and finding facts underneath the newspaper articles.
And do you believe everything you read?
I never have believed anything I read.